What is up, Tenken crew? Get ready to dive into the absolute latest, the most electrifying updates hitting the gaming world right now. The news cycle is moving at warp speed, and we've got the essential intel you cannot afford to miss. We're kicking things off with a story that has fans buzzing. Whispers of a potential savior for a major game's troubled development, only for those hopes to seemingly vanish at the last minute. Was this the chance to resurrect a beloved franchise, or a deal that was never meant to be? Next up, we're shifting gears to a different kind of conquest. Prepare yourselves for a deep dive into a critically acclaimed fantasy strategy title that's making waves with an incredible offer. This isn't just any sale, it's a massive discount on a game praised for its stunning visuals and epic scope. Could this be your next obsession? Then, we're circling back to that near resurrection we just teased. We're peeling back the layers on the dramatic negotiations that could have saved a highly anticipated reboot, the very deal that collapsed, and the ripple effects felt throughout the development studio. What really went wrong, and who got caught in the crossfire? And finally, we're heading into the realm of subscription services with a lineup that's got everyone talking. A legendary sequel, long-awaited and highly anticipated, is finally hitting a major platform, headlining a wave of new titles. Get ready for the full breakdown of what's new, what's leaving, and why this month's additions are a must-play. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. A deal that died, the Perfect Dark saga unveiled. Did a major publisher almost rescue Xbox's troubled Perfect Dark reboot? Reports suggest that Take-Two Interactive was in serious talks to step in and save the highly anticipated, yet ultimately canceled, Perfect Dark game. This potential lifeline emerged after Microsoft decided to shelve the project, a move that also led to significant layoffs at Crystal Dynamics, the studio co-developing the game. The narrative surrounding the Perfect Dark reboot has been one of ambition, setbacks, and now, a dramatic near-rescue. Announced in 2020, the game, a reimagining of the classic spy shooter originally developed by Rare, was intended to be a flagship title for the Xbox platform. It made a notable appearance at last summer's Xbox Summer Showcase, offering a glimpse of its vision. Agent Joanna Dark navigating a futuristic Cairo with stealth and tactical combat. However, behind the scenes, development was reportedly fraught with difficulties, leading to staff departures and growing uncertainty. According to a detailed report from Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, citing sources close to the situation, Take-Two was actively engaged in discussions with Microsoft and Embracer Group, the owner of Crystal Dynamics. The proposed deal involved Take-Two funding and publishing the game, effectively taking over the reins from Microsoft. This move could have provided the necessary resources and stability to bring the ambitious project to fruition and, crucially, prevent further job losses at Crystal Dynamics. However, the negotiations ultimately hit a major roadblock. The primary sticking point, as reported, was the inability of the involved parties to agree on the long-term ownership of the Perfect Dark franchise. This fundamental disagreement over intellectual property rights proved to be insurmountable, leading to the collapse of the talks. The failure of this deal had immediate and severe consequences. Shortly after the negotiations fell apart, Crystal Dynamics implemented another round of layoffs, impacting an unspecified number of employees who had been working on or supporting the Perfect Dark project. This outcome is particularly poignant given that the game's cancellation was a direct result of broader workforce reductions across Microsoft, which reportedly affected around 4% of its gaming division. The situation highlights the complex and often brutal realities of game development and publishing, where even promising projects can be undone by financial and ownership disputes. The hope that Take-Two could provide a fresh start for Perfect Dark, allowing Crystal Dynamics to continue its work and preserve jobs, was ultimately dashed. Representatives from Microsoft, Take-Two, and Embracer Group have all declined to comment on the specifics of the reported negotiations. And just when you thought that story was wild, hold onto your controllers, because the fallout from these industry shakeups is far from over. We're about to dive into another massive gaming deal that's making waves, this time with a huge discount that you won't want to miss. Epic Fantasy Adventure on sale. Songs of Silence now 50% off on Xbox. prepare to be transported to a world of magic and strategy, as Chimera Entertainment's acclaimed fantasy 4X strategy game, Songs of Silence, is currently available at an astonishing 50% discount on Xbox Series consoles. This limited-time offer presents a golden opportunity for players to immerse themselves in a beautifully crafted experience that blends intricate strategic campaigns with thrilling, fast-paced tactical battles, all set against a backdrop of breathtaking Art Nouveau-inspired visuals. For those who have been seeking a deep, engaging strategy game with a unique artistic vision, this sale couldn't come at a better time. Released initially on PC platforms and subsequently expanding to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series consoles, Songs of Silence has garnered praise for its compelling narrative and innovative gameplay mechanics. The game distinguishes itself not only through its stunning aesthetic, but also through its rich musical score, composed by the renowned Hitoshi Sakamoto, whose previous work includes iconic titles like Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy XII. This collaboration with Sakamoto elevates the game's atmosphere, providing an auditory experience that perfectly complements its visual splendor and strategic depth. Since its launch, Songs of Silence has benefited from continuous support and development, with the creators consistently rolling out updates designed to enhance the player experience. These updates have introduced new scenarios, meticulously balanced the game's difficulty to ensure a challenging yet fair experience, and implemented numerous quality-of-life features that streamline gameplay. The current 50% off sale brings the price down to an attractive $14.99 USD, making it more accessible than ever for players to explore its vast world and intricate systems. This price point represents exceptional value, considering the depth of content and the high production quality on display. At its core, Songs of Silence is a turn-based strategy game that incorporates real-time battles, immersing players in a rich high-fantasy setting where every decision carries significant weight, shaping the destiny of their kingdoms. Players can choose to engage with the narrative-driven campaign, test their mettle on fast-paced skirmish maps designed for both single-player and multiplayer engagement, or tackle handcrafted story scenarios that offer unique challenges and narrative arcs. The game's design encourages strategic thinking, resource management, and tactical prowess, offering a rewarding experience for both seasoned strategy enthusiasts and newcomers to the genre. The key features highlighted by the developers underscore the game's ambition: a captivating story, diverse gameplay modes, a unique visual style, and an evocative soundtrack. This combination of elements has positioned Songs of Silence as a standout title in the strategy genre, offering a fresh perspective and a memorable journey for all who dare to play. Now that you've got a chance to snag an incredible deal on a fantasy epic, let's rewind a bit to that other major gaming story that's got everyone talking. We're diving deeper into the drama behind a canceled reboot and the massive implications for the studios involved. Perfect Dark's near resurrection. Take-Two deal collapses, layoffs ensue. The gaming world was recently rocked by the news that Xbox's highly anticipated Perfect Dark reboot faced another devastating blow. Reports have surfaced, notably from Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, detailing how a potential deal between Microsoft, Embracer Group, owner of Crystal Dynamics, and Take-Two Interactive to revive the canceled game ultimately fell apart. This collapse not only dashed hopes for the game's continuation, but also resulted in further layoffs at Crystal Dynamics, adding a somber note to the saga of the beloved franchise's modern iteration. The Perfect Dark reboot, first announced back in 2020 with a cinematic teaser, had a long and tumultuous development cycle. Co-developed by Microsoft's The Initiative and Crystal Dynamics, the game experienced numerous reports of internal struggles, including significant staff turnover. Despite these challenges, a gameplay trailer was showcased during the Xbox Games Showcase earlier this year, revealing a clear vision for Agent Joanna Dark's return. A stealth action experience with immersive sim elements set in a futuristic Cairo. This glimpse of the game's potential had many fans eagerly anticipating its release, only for Microsoft to announce its cancellation in July as part of broader studio restructuring and layoffs. According to the report, following the cancellation announcement, Microsoft and Embracer Group actively sought a third-party publisher to take over the project. Take-Two Interactive emerged as a strong contender, with negotiations progressing to a point where a deal seemed within reach. The proposed arrangement would have seen Take-Two invest in and publish the game, potentially allowing Crystal Dynamics to continue its development work. However, the talks ultimately collapsed due to disagreements over the long-term ownership and rights to the Perfect Dark franchise. This inability to reach a consensus on such a critical aspect of the deal proved to be an insurmountable hurdle. The ramifications of this failed negotiation were immediate and severe for Crystal Dynamics. The studio, which had already been impacted by earlier layoffs, suffered another round of job cuts shortly after the Take-Two deal fell through. These layoffs affected an unspecified number of employees, many of whom were likely involved in or supporting the Perfect Dark project. This outcome underscores the precarious nature of game development and the significant impact that publishing and ownership disputes can have on studios and their workforce. The situation also comes at a time when Take-Two Interactive itself has been undergoing internal changes. The company recently conducted layoffs at Cloud Chamber, the studio behind the next BioShock game, impacting over 80 staff members. Rod Ferguson, a veteran of the gaming industry, has taken over leadership at Cloud Chamber, and while the BioShock game remains in development, its release has reportedly been pushed back. Additionally, Take-Two continues to support Ghost Story Games and Ken Levine's project, Judas, though its release window has also become uncertain. This entire sequence of events surrounding Perfect Dark is deeply disheartening for fans and industry observers alike. The near revival and subsequent collapse highlight the complex business and creative challenges that can derail even the most anticipated projects. For many, like the author of the report, the cancellation of Perfect Dark represents the loss of a most anticipated game, leaving a void where a promising reboot once stood. As we reflect on the fate of that ambitious reboot, let's shift our focus to a different kind of exciting news that's sure to thrill many gamers. Get ready for a major announcement regarding a highly anticipated sequel finally arriving on a popular subscription service. Hollow Knight, Silksong leads September's Xbox Game Pass lineup with massive anticipation. Get ready, Game Pass subscribers. September is shaping up to be an incredible month for gamers, with Xbox Wire revealing a stellar lineup of titles headed to the service, prominently featuring the long-awaited sequel, Hollow Knight. Silksong. This announcement has sent waves of excitement through the community, marking a significant moment for fans who have been eagerly awaiting the next installment in the critically acclaimed Metroidvania series since its initial announcement back in 2019. The development of Hollow Knight. Silksong has been a subject of much discussion, with its extended gestation period attributed by the studio, Team Cherry, to a commitment to creative freedom and refinement rather than developmental setbacks. The game's eventual arrival on Xbox Game Pass, included with a subscription, is a massive draw, solidifying September's offerings as a must-watch for many. The original Hollow Knight itself has seen a surge in popularity, recently hitting a peak of over 70,000 concurrent players on Steam, a testament to the fervent anticipation for its successor. Beyond the headliner, the September Game Pass editions include a diverse range of titles catering to various tastes. Roadcraft, which previously saw success on Steam with over 33,000 concurrent players, will also be available. This game puts players in the role of restoring areas affected by natural disasters, offering a compelling simulation experience. For families and those seeking a more relaxed gaming session, Paw Patrol World provides a friendly and accessible option. Other notable inclusions that add variety to the lineup are I Am Your Beast and Nine Souls, titles that, while perhaps more niche, offer unique gameplay experiences for those looking to explore beyond the major releases. In addition to the new games, Xbox Game Pass is also seeing some titles depart. However, for those who wish to continue playing them, Game Pass members still receive a discount on purchases before they leave the service. Furthermore, Game Pass Ultimate and PC members can look forward to new in-game rewards. These include exclusive content for Asphalt Legends Unite, featuring a Jaguar CX-75 and in-game currency, and a welcome pack for the popular first-person shooter, The Finals, which includes currency and cosmetic items. Other perks include bundles for Skate 3 and a discount on the digital premium upgrade for Indiana Jones and The Great Circle, which unlocks upcoming DLC. For fans of sports titles, EA Sports NHL 26 will be available through EA Play's Early Access trial for Game Pass Ultimate members, offering 10 hours of playtime. While the overall batch of games for September might be considered lighter compared to some previous months, the inclusion of Hollow Knight, Silksong alone makes it a standout period for Xbox Game Pass. The game's reputation, combined with its availability on the subscription service, ensures that September will be a significant month for Xbox gamers, offering a wealth of content to explore and enjoy. And that's a wrap on our deep dives for today, but before you go, let's quickly hit the highlights of everything we covered. Stay tuned for your final rundown. And that's a wrap on today's gaming news. We saw Take-Two's deal to save the Perfect Dark reboot collapse, leading to layoffs. Then, the fantasy strategy game Songs of Silence dropped to a massive 50% discount on Xbox. We also got the full scoop on why that Perfect Dark deal went south and the impact it had. Finally, Hollow Knight. Silksong headlines the exciting September lineup for Xbox Game Pass. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to Tenken for your daily dose of gaming news, ring the notification bell, and let us know in the comments which story you're most hyped about. Follow us on all socials to stay connected.